Hi everybody, this is Albie from Pasadena, California, and from my business partner Elizabeth in Macedonia. We both want to welcome you to this short video where we're going to go into a little bit about just being yourself, sharing what you love, and being able to earn online. And so we're going to get to some great tips about it, so let's get started. Okay everyone, so today I want to share with you tips on getting sales. And in the process of doing this, I want to share with you a story called Caught Off Guard by a Mountain. And this is a real story that happened to me, and I know that it's going to help you understand what I'm talking about on tips on getting sales online. I know that it's kind of hard to see how does getting caught off guard by a mountain have anything to do with getting sales online. But that's part of the adventure, and that you're going to actually see that in just a little while here. So enjoy the ride. Alright, so my first question is, have you ever been caught in the majestic grip of a huge mountain? Right? Well, that's quite a way to describe it, but it's kind of how it feels to be somewhere so beautiful that you could hardly breathe. Right? I don't know if you've ever been somewhere like that, but it happened to me recently, and I want to share with you a little bit about it. See if you can feel what I'm feeling from this experience. And I'm going to share a little bit from my journal with you right now, and I would love to hear back from you and your thoughts on it. And in the process, I'm going to be sharing some videos and some more excerpts from this trip up the mountain. But let me share from my journal here with you real quick. So the mountain reaches far up into the atmosphere before me. Its giant form blocks out most of the sky, only leaving a tiny piece of it left. Its white shining cliffs fall down, down, down before your very eyes. Pine trees grow up diagonally off the side of the cliffs that form the side of the trail, their prickly needles bursting forth into what sky is left. It's very dark on this trail except for the glowing light reflected from the moon on the mountain and the bright stars above. I can hear thousands of crickets chirping around me. There's also the sound of running water down in the distant valley below where the river flows. Little stars twinkle over my head in the dark stratosphere. It's a beautiful place to stop and catch your breath. Truly majestic as I sit here looking up in awe. Anyway, well, that kind of sums up my little experience up the mountain. Could you imagine being there from what I wrote? I was hiking one afternoon with my cute dog Kiba, and it was going on evening time, and we were going to be up in the mountain, and it was going to be after dark before we got back. And along the way, the trail took off around the side of the mountain, and it turned into kind of a cliff-like trail that you had to be careful that you just stayed on the trail, or else you would fall down and possibly die. So as I'm walking along this trail, it started getting, the evening sky was very beautiful, and as we went around several different turns, we literally came to the end of one part of the mountain and went around the side and came onto the other side of the mountain. The sunset was just absolutely gorgeous depending on where you saw it, and it was just a beautiful experience. But that's not actually what caught my eye, and I was expecting the sunset to be pretty, but it was actually when it started getting very dark, and I stopped for a second to take a little bit of a breather, and I looked around and I couldn't believe it. This mountain was just looming in front of me, so huge, and it was another side of a mountain that was right next to the mountain that I was actually on, and it was just unbelievably big, and you could barely see the sky. It just completely towered in front of you, way up in the sky. There was only like a little tiny piece of the sky left, and the moon was shining out on the mountain. You couldn't actually see the moon from where I was at this spot, but you could see the reflections of the moon on the cliffs, on the mountain on the far side. and amazing, beautiful pine trees were popping out of the side of the cliff on the side of on the side of the trail, and shooting up into the sky. And it just, I don't know, it's just one of those things where you're just caught unaware by this amazing sight. You just can't believe it. And I literally just sat there just in complete awe, looking at the mountain and hearing the crickets chirping all around me, and the distant rushing of water down below in the river that was very, very, very far below. And I couldn't just help experience this amazing feeling that I rarely experience. It's just absolutely amazing. And I wanted to share a little bit of that with you right now. And this is all going to come together and make sense for you. How this how does this affect you getting sales online, right? Well, let me get into it. All right. So I'm sure you can imagine a little bit of being there, from either from what I wrote or what I just shared with you about it just now. To me, had gotten so inspired from being up there on the mountain and looking at this, that I decided, even though it was dark, I decided to do a voice activation message and speak in my phone what I was seeing, and so I could bring it back and actually look at it later. And what I wrote was very similar, very close to what I actually gave in my voice activation message on my phone, right? And so reading it again brought back memories and a sense of what majesty feels like. Going to beautiful places is definitely part of what I'm encouraging you to experience here, but also having a dream and living it. And to me, that's why I work online in the first place. It's walking another step, towards the dream of working anywhere in the world and taking my business with me. And it's something I've been realizing more and more each day with each success that happens. It could be a big or a small success that happens that day, but each success propels me further and further down the road of my dreams. And I know that maybe you would like to do the same thing. Maybe you'd like to work and earn online as well, and create a business that you can take with you anywhere, that you have an internet connection. And I believe in you. I believe that you can do it. I honestly, I'm not anything special. I'm not the brightest tool in the shed, so to speak. And, I learned the hard way. I learned this by making tons of mistakes. Everywhere I went, I made more mistakes and learned the hard way. And I just refused to give up. And that's how I learned how to make money online. I just kept at it so long that and thank God, I ran into people that helped me, and especially a 7-figure income earner that took me aside and helped me to really understand a lot of this. But if I hadn't been persistent, if I had given up, then I wouldn't have come across, these people. And I want you to understand that you have to have the same mentality of the persistence to not give up and to learn. And I believe in helping you to understand some real skills that were going to help you to achieve your dream as well. It doesn't just happen. You have to learn real skills here. And that that's something valid, that's something true. When you hear someone tell you you need to learn real skills, that's reality, right? When you learn a real skill, you're actually learning something to help other people. Just like if you're a salesman in a store, whatever job it is that you have, there's a skill you have to learn in order to be good at it. All right? And so there's real skills to being able to earn online. If you hadn't noticed, this video is all about sharing something that meant a lot to me, right? And sharing that with you. And that's a lot different than me just buying a story or buying something pre-made and just, sharing that with you. All right? and that's the difference between effective communication and not just another attempt to sell you on something. If you catch what I'm trying to say here. I want to make sure that you understand what I'm saying. Effective communication is critical skill number 4. And when I say critical skill number 4, there's 5 critical skills you need to learn to be able to, I was talking about skills. There's 5 critical skills you have to learn in order to find success earning online. And effective communication is number 4 out of those. And you can see that learning this skill is important. And me sharing a real experience with you that means a lot to me, right? That's me being real with you. So, or wanting to be honest, to be see-through, to share a little bit about my experiences with you so that you can understand where I'm coming from, so that you can learn some of the things that are, some of the important skills that you need to know to be able to find success working online. Effective communication is not just trying to sell someone on something. It's trying to actually be real with people and connect with them and to instill a vision for something that's important that you can both try to achieve. So having said all this, I'm looking forward to meeting you too and learning a little bit about you also. And that's what a team does. They get to know each other, support each other, help each other to succeed. And my business partner Elizabeth and I are here to help you to find success. We want to hear from you. All you have to do is just reply back to the email that I'm going to put on this screen right in just a couple seconds here. And all you have to do is just reply back and say, share with me more about this. And we'll get back with you and share more about our business and about how this can help you and how you can earn from this business. And all the specific details, we're going to share that with you. So there's just a little bit more to the story real quick. We started walking in the evening time, and we got down to a beautiful stream eventually, and that was nice for my dog because he was really thirsty. And it was really, nice stream. And when you hear a lovely stream going by, there's almost like there's nothing like it. It's just a calming effect that it has on you. And then we started heading back up the mountain, and we realized, my dog realized that there was a person on the trail behind us, and they were shining their flashlight on the trail. And my dog noticed it and started barking. And so I quickly took Kiba and told him, "Come on, let's go." And so we headed up the trail. But the thing was that we were on a really quite off the beaten track, and I honestly didn't want to meet anybody else up this mountain, especially at nighttime. And so we walked kind of fast. And we noticed that this hiker behind us, who had a light on his head, attached to his head, was catching up with us. So that made us walk even faster. And and so eventually we came to a place. I was looking for a place where we could kind of hide or get away. And eventually I saw a side trail that most people miss. And I went up that side trail. It was very steep. It was very short but steep, and also kind of hard to see. And I took Kiba up that trail really quickly, and we hit at the top and let the hiker go by. And it was more fun than anything. I don't think that the other hiker was dangerous at all. Probably just out hiking, but it was kind of fun to pretend and to also be a little bit on the safe side. And so we had a real fun evening, and finally we got back to the car and got some water and different things that we needed, and got home. But it was a really lovely trip, and I hope you enjoyed it. And as far as tips on getting sales, as you see, I shared something from myself with you. And that's how trust is built. And you can't get sales unless you build trust, right? And it's the same thing for these big companies. They've been around for 100 years or more, some of them, and they've built trust the long way. I mean, the hard way over time. And they, just look at Walmart or some of these other big stores like Sears and Macy's, and they worked hard to earn people's trust, and now they have everyone's trust, and they're so big that they're on TV, and we trust them because other people trust them. You see, but we don't have that. We haven't had years of building that trust, and people don't know who we are, and so you have to allow people the ability to get to know you a little bit so that they can trust you and that they can like you, and what we call know, like, and trust. And that the only way that people get to know you, like you, trust you, is to share a little bit about yourself with people. I mean, you don't have to tell them your deepest secrets, but you do need to just be open and transparent and share with people what a little bit about your life, a little bit about your goals, and a little about what's happened to you in your journey, and some of your failures, some of your ups and downs, and important things that have really affected you and that could affect them also. And show them how you're going to help them, and then really do help them. I don't believe in deceiving people here, and I hope you don't either. So that's all part of getting sales. A lot of times people think that the internet is just a magical thing, that you can just send out some ads and get sales. And that's completely wrong. One of my mentor, actually my 7-figure income earner and mentor, taught me something very dynamic at the very beginning. He said to me, I asked him a question. I said, I'm sending out all these ads, but I don't know why I can't seem to get hardly any sales. And he said to me, you got it all wrong. He said, you're trying to get a sale from an ad, from an ad page. Those pages are only to get subscribers. Those pages are only to get people to join your list. He says, once they're on your list, that's when the real marketing starts. I said, what? The real marketing, it starts when they're on your list? And he's like, yes, it starts when they are on your list, because that's when you can start sending emails to them, start building rapport, start building trust, start building connections, communication with your readers, with your subscribers. And that's how that's how I make sales every day now. And it's because I connect with people connect with me, they get to know a little bit about me, they get to know, like, and trust me, and then they join my team. And it's the same thing for you. If you want people to join your team, they need to get to know you a little bit. And that's why I shared with you my story about the mountain, because it was a great experience for me. I love sharing it. It meant a lot to me, and I hope that it meant something to you too. Kind of get a little piece of what I'm sharing with you, and I'm encouraging you to share a little bit about yourself with others, and to allow other people to get to know you, because I'm sure you're a great person, and that you have a lot to share with people, and that people will be very happy to hear who you are and what's happened to you in your life, and they would love to have someone that they can trust to help them build their business as well. Businesses are not built by one person. They're built by teams. They're built by one person, perhaps, who's a leader, but leaders encourage teamwork, and teamwork allows amazing things to happen. And, no huge building or no huge country was built by one person. And it takes a lot of teamwork for amazing things to happen, for dreams to occur. It takes a team. And a team can only be built through trust and unity and helping each other. And these are all the things that are also part of getting sales, right? So you need a team. You need a team to develop trust. Bring people in your team that are looking to do great things just like you are, and encourage them to work together with you, and help to bring those sales that you're looking for. Okay, so I hope that really helps you, to give you an idea of how sales are really created. Okay, when I went out there and just advertised a lot, people didn't know who I was. They didn't know, they saw my ads, and they're just like everybody else's, but everyone's a little bit skeptical of everyone's ad. They don't know who you are, and the chance of them buying is pretty small. Doesn't mean it won't happen. Yeah, sure, you'll get a sale every once in a while, but I mean, it's kind of like going on a first date. I mean, you don't ask someone to marry you on the first date, right? You don't, if you get even a kiss, you may or may not get a kiss on the first date, right? So a kiss it's a statement of trust and also a statement of like. And if someone likes you, then you might get a kiss on your first date, maybe. And so expecting to get a sale on your first ad when you send out an ad is pretty, is asking a lot. People really need to know who you are. They need to know that they can trust you, and that you're not just a scam artist out there. They need to know that you are a credible person, and that your business means business, and that it's going to really be there for them, right? So I hope this gives you some insight into what, into tips on getting sales here. And like always, if you found value in this video, please like and subscribe to our channel. You're helping us to succeed, and we want to help you to succeed at the same time. Just like I said, it takes a team to make amazing things happen. So you're part of that whole equation. You're helping us, and we want to be able to help you, and we want to help empower you to be able to do some great things here. So I look forward to chatting with you again on the next video and sharing some more great stuff with you. So stay tuned, and from Elizabeth and myself, have a wonderful evening, and we'll take care. This is Albie. Bye-bye.